For you, our little doll.
Buttons for eyes, huh?
Coraline, you only dreamed you ate all that chicken.
Surprised she let you move in. My grandma, she owns the Pink Palace. Won't rent to people with kids.
What do you mean? No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Do not go through little door.
Hey, Jonesy, look what I found in Grandma's trunk. Look familiar?
A little me? She's got this whole world where everything's better.
You probably think this world is a dream come true. But you're wrong. You know you're walking right into her trap.
But she locked us here and ate up our lives. You're in terrible danger, girl.
How? How did this happen?
Ain't all bad, miss. Thou art alive. Thou art still living.
Okay, this is my second time recording this video because I forgot to press record on my audio, so I'm very excited to film this video because it's Coraline, duh. I haven't done a video on Coraline in 2 months.
Have a seat, won't you?
But first, let's go ahead and do shoutouts. Magali Herma, NKG, Alison Cabanas, M Shines, Alina, Kareen Brad, Brawl Stars Duo, Zebra Stream _clan, Asteriana Sefi, Apple Picking 0 AJ, Sunny Fam 5576, The Sporty Girls, Just Adami, Kaya Baxter, and Emmanuel L. By the way, I wish you the best of luck. I hope everything turns out well. Let me know how things turn out, I guess. Alright, well, without further ado, let's get on to the video.
I knew it was real.
First and foremost, I'd like to clarify by saying I want to present various different theories on certain movies just to put those ideas out there, and you as the viewer can see what theory makes the most sense or what theory correlates or resonates with you the most. But I just want to put these ideas out there and see what y'all think. Anyways, what if I told you this world that you're seeing, this world that was supposedly created by the Beldam, was not created by the Beldam? It's not even real. The Beldam isn't even real. And Coraline is actually closer to death than we originally thought.
You know you're walking right into her trap.
Alright, so in case you haven't seen this movie in a long time, let me just give you a brief summary. Coraline, along with her parents, moves into the Pink Palace. And this Pink Palace is legendary to none other than YB, who says,
My grandma, she owns the Pink Palace. Won't rent to people with kids.
Coraline finds this strange and she is curious.
What do you mean?
But nonetheless, she goes back to the Pink Palace, and there, her mother tells Coraline that YB left a gift for her. She unwraps it, and it is revealed that it is a doll that looks exactly like her.
A little me?
Same clothes, same hair, same style, same everything. She then discovers a small little door that leads to nowhere. At least that's what she originally thought, because later that night, the mites lead her into this portal. She crawls through it, and it is revealed to be this other place, this other world, identical to her own, but better.
The other mother. She's got this whole world where everything's better.
Everything. The food, the people, the environment. It's like a dream come true. It's like the perfect world. But soon that perfect world begins to show its true colors. It is trying to kill her.
You're in terrible danger, girl.
The Beldam wants to take her soul by sewing buttons onto her eyes.
So sharp you won't feel a thing.
Ow!
Because her eyes are the window to her soul. She refuses. This enrages the Beldam, so she takes her parents instead. So Coraline goes back in and decides to play a game with her, to which she does not refuse.
And if you somehow win this game...
But the Beldam plays dirty, and although she almost loses, she ends up winning. She leaves with her parents, she sets the souls free, and everything seems to be well. Then, late at night, she gets a dream.
It is over and done with for us.
What about me?
The surroundings are very similar to a painting of Van Gogh's, The Starry Night. These three ghost children tell her that it is not over for her, and she needs to get rid of that key. She does, eventually, almost dying in the process. Here's what I really wanted to research: the Van Gogh painting. This painting, very similar, almost identical to the actual painting of Van Gogh, The Starry Night. And what you might have not noticed, this was the most obvious Van Gogh reference in this movie. But this movie is filled with Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh lived a miserable, short 37-year life, and he always seemed to be surrounded by death. Death somehow was a theme in his life. For example, when he was born, he immediately felt the pain of the rejection of his own mother.
The couple christened their infant son Vincent Willem just before they buried him.
I almost fell down a well yesterday, Mom.
Their little boy had been born dead.
I would have died.
Exactly 1 year later, another boy was born to the still grieving parents. And once again, they named their son Vincent Willem van Gogh. Anna never recovered from the death of her first child, and she was unable to form an attachment to her living son.
Will you stop pestering me?
Vincent carried the pain of his mother's rejection
Let me work.
for the rest of his life.
His relationship to his mother was strained. It was not good. It was tense. It was cold.
I don't have time for you right now.
In fact, she actually threw many of his paintings away.
She had thrown away crates full of his art.
Another example of death being a theme in his life, he was suicidal.
Vincent swallowed turpentine, handfuls of dirt, even toxic paints.
He had a lot of mental health issues. At some point in his life, he was having some sort of episode where he cut part of his ear off. He actually admitted himself into a mental health hospital after that situation occurred. There he had two rooms, his own room and another room where he painted. That is what made him happy. One of them being The Starry Night, this painting that we see in Coraline. In it, there is a cypress tree that extends from the bottom all the way up into the heavens. And in many cultures, the cypress tree is actually considered to be related to death. It is the tree of death. During his time in the asylum, he actually wrote many letters to his brother. In the letters, it contained words that correlated with his paintings. For example, he said, "We take death to go to a star."
If he fell to the bottom and looked up, you see a sky full of stars in the middle of the day.
And as we all know, months after he created The Starry Night, he himself grabbed a pistol.
Vincent turned the gun toward himself and pulled the trigger.
Except he didn't die immediately on the spot. It took around 2 days for him to fully pass away. It was a very slow death for Vincent van Gogh. Now the theme of dreams is very prominent in the life of Van Gogh as well.
The Starry Night was inspired by a dream.
Many people considered him a dreamer,
Coraline, you only dreamed you ate all that chicken.
and a lot of people think that The Starry Night was actually inspired by a dream. He also said, "The sight of stars make him dream." A lot of people think that in The Starry Night, since there are 11 stars in total, that it is actually related to Genesis 37:9. Then he dreamed still another dream and told it to his brother saying, "Look, I have dreamed another dream, and this time the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowed down to me." So somehow in Van Gogh's life, death and dreams were very prominent and seemed to be very reoccurring themes in his life. And Coraline, the actual biological parents of Coraline, described the other world to be simply a dream.
I guess I'll see you around, you dizzy dreamer.
So what do you think's in the other apartment?
Not a family of Jones imposters.
And the dreams aren't dangerous.
Death is prominent in Coraline as well. How? Well, I'll give you a few examples. The beldam said she would die without Coraline. The ghost children all died in the hands of the beldam.
Why are you all here?
The beldam
Coraline is on the verge of death, so is Wybie. The garden is completely dead. Wybie wears a helmet with a skull and gloves that resemble the hand of a skeleton. The black cat is considered by many to be very unlucky and perhaps can cause death. Not only that, but the black cat is also seen in another one of Henry Selick's films, The Nightmare Before Christmas, where it is in the world of the dead. The cat also brings little dead things to Wybie's door.
Sometimes they'll come in my window and bring me little dead things.
But that's not all. Death is more prominent in this movie than we think it to be. Death is even closer than that. Someone here is dead. Van Gogh and Coraline have more in common than we originally thought. They are more similar than anyone could have ever thought them to be. Well, that's all I have for you today. I have been recording for 21 minutes and this is just part 1. Hopefully I get that down drastically. For my next video, I will definitely be talking about more of Van Gogh in Coraline and how that relates to death and dreams. And perhaps we'll discover that a lot of what we think we know about Coraline is not real. Thank you all for watching. Consider liking, subscribing. Any way that you can support me whatsoever is much appreciated. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you with part 2 in the next video.
Sun Yi, revered ancestor Ming, guardian of the red pandas.
This is a critical time.
We humbly thank you for protecting and guiding us.
Mei needs a strong hand, now more than ever.
Especially Mei.
Don't let her out of your sight.
Get back here!
May Sun Yi guide you.
No!